Hi there. I'm Lynn Hawkins with Skyhawk Enterprises, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. We are live in a Google Hangout, and we are talking about a co-author opportunity that I'd like to offer to you to be in a book called Permission to be Powerful. This is the first book of a series of books in the Permission Guide book series. And this series of books is really inspiring because there's so many of us in the world who would be doing so much more, impacting so many more lives if we would only give ourselves permission to step up and step out of our comfort zone and into the maybe unknown, but it is definitely where a life of fulfillment and heartfelt joy comes from. So I'm here today coming to you from a sunny Atlanta, Georgia, and I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. The first being, have you recently given any thought to how you could play bigger in the world, what you could do, whose lives you could impact? Have you ever thought about writing a book or a chapter in a book? I'm a co-author, I'm a published author, and I'm working on my single book, but at the same time, I am on a mission by divine calling to bring others into the opportunity to have your voice heard. And in doing so, it's going to, especially through this book series, it's going to open up so many opportunities to just to bring fulfillment to your life, to boost your business. And this book, the first of the series, is called The Business Woman's Guide to I'm Giving Myself Permission to Be Powerful. So this book is called Permission to Be Powerful. And if you've ever asked yourself, am I doing something, anything where I actually step up higher in the world? And am I ready to do it now? This opportunity is not for everyone, but it just may be for you. Ask yourself if what you're doing today is actually getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. This, I believe, is an opportunity for you to do that, and to not stop just short of putting your foot down and saying yes to being who you were called to be. And I'm going to tell you about this opportunity from the standpoint of what it can do for you, for your business, and for others. So there's three pieces of this that I want to talk to you about. And it starts with the co-author opportunity. This co-author, actually there's parts. This co-author opportunity is for you to have a chance to be a part of a new innovative book project that has just launched. We're a month in, and we have got half of the co-authors in. So for you to really look at this opportunity right now and decide if this is something that is for you, I would love to talk to you. Because this book is the beginning of a movement. It's the beginning of addressing a cause, and the cause being giving ourselves permission. How many times have you heard someone say, just give yourself permission to spend that whatever in order to work with me or work with them or be a part of whatever this community is. Give yourself permission to be your powerful, divine, feminine self. Give yourself permission to step across the lines, to say no, to say yes, to show up and just be you. And this is that opportunity. I want to work with 20 unique women sharing their unique insights into being powerful. These are women who have stepped into it, who are doing it, who may not necessarily call themselves powerful, but they know that they have to stand in their power in order to do what it is that they're doing. And there are so many women entrepreneurs who are looking for something and someone outside of themselves to give them permission to be who they were called to be. This movement is about empowering you, empowering others to give themselves permission. And I love this quote from Ayn Rand. The question isn't who's going to let me, it's who's going to stop me, because I've decided, I've made up my mind. I'm giving myself permission to stand up bolder than I have ever been in my entire life, to move forward more determined than I ever have before in my life, and really make it something that is beyond just me, beyond my business. However, both I and my business will reap the rewards from this. So let me tell you how. This book, Permission to be Powerful, looks at permission and the opportunity to tell your story about permission, giving yourself permission to move forward in life, to forgive and be healed, to open the door to something different than what you've been through and in over the last however long, to breathe, to make the mistakes and not beat yourself up so badly that you are just fearful of making any kind of decisions again. This is a movement. Women initiating the movement to allow ourselves to give ourselves permission to be the sexy, savvy, super smart businesswoman that I am, to love and to be loved. And all of these things are life and business, but how many of you know that if your life is out of order, your business is going to be out of order? If your business is out of order, it's probably because maybe your life is out of order. So if you have moved through some of these things and actually are ready to stand in your divine feminine power, then let me tell you a little more about what this book project entails. I am looking at helping 20 women who are ready to take this part of their Shero's journey to continue to learn how to stand more confidently, more authentically in your feminine power and do your business from a place of personal empowerment, and do it with the conviction that you were put here for a purpose, and that purpose includes helping others to see and move into their own divine power. So what's the commitment for this book project? Well, the commitment is you write one chapter and we do the rest. You write one chapter and you learn how to use this book as a tool to move yourself and your business forward, getting speaking engagements, getting writing opportunities, getting joint venture opportunities. And one of the things that this group is going to provide is just that, joint venture opportunities, speaking opportunities, and so much more. And those are the things that I'm talking about will boost your business. So what's my chapter all about? How long will it take me to write it? I want to write it. I've got some ideas. How do I bring all of this together in order to do this chapter? Well, I'll tell you, we've got it all structured for you to work within a framework and be creative. Be your creative self, telling your story And giving. One of the requisites for this is you must give one tip, tool, technique, process that you used on your journey that helped you to be successful in moving through grief or organization, taking inspired actions, getting past not being able to say no, to being in your power when you're writing your blogs and your books, and collaborative, co-creative opportunities show up for you. So I've got some suggested chapter titles, and these are just examples because this book opportunity is taking the permission movement, your business, your core message, your business opportunity, and merging the two. Because you've given yourself permission to step up to another level as it relates to your business, as it relates to you. We want you to utilize the permission movement to let people know that. One of my friends said, I'd love to have an opportunity to talk about giving myself permission to do what I'm doing after having suffered a debilitating health issue. They told me I was going to die. And what it turned out to be was that I had to give myself permission to live. And when I did that, it was tough because in that living, I had to tell some people that I couldn't be around them anymore. I could not be in that energy, that I needed to be in energy that was supporting me, moving forward, standing in my power, healing my body, healing my life, healing my business. And here we are, 18 years later, no more illness, thriving business. And honestly, I want her to write a chapter in this book. It's about, where is your power? Is your power in your intuition? Is your power in your mentorship? Is your power in your leadership? Is your power in your heart? Is your power in just doing the things that you need to do? Is your power in your passion? And that's how you got your business started. And because your power was in your passion, you are now in a place in your business that you're stepping things up to another level to be able to actually merge the permission to be powerful with your business and your mission and your vision for your business and your life. And that's what I want to do. That's what this project is all about. It's easy, and there's a huge upside to it. There's a downside as well. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a little bit of money. It's going to cost you a little bit of time. And it's going to cost you the intellectual capacity to write this chapter. Now, you've heard the downside, if that's even a downside, because here's the huge upside. And I talk about this first, although it is the thing that we tend to think about and do something about last. And that is, if you're an entrepreneur and you do not have an exit strategy for your business, then you're missing out. Have you thought about retiring? Have you thought about maybe not retiring, which people equate to I'm not working anymore, but instead doing the rest of your life differently than you did while you were so-called working your business, and you're still doing business. You're still engaged in doing business to the extent that you are fulfilling your personal mission in life, and you have done some things that allow others to come in and actually do the work for you. Think about what life might be like if you could retire with a different strategy than the strategy that you've built for yourself. Even if that strategy is exceptionally well, would it be part of your dream to not have to worry about making an income and doing things that would necessarily produce an income, but do the things that you love to do and know that an income is being produced by your just doing that and being who you were meant to be? Would that allow you time to go and to participate in some outreach programs in other countries? Or one friend of mine wants to help build schools in other countries. Another wants to help drill wells for fresh water in other areas. And I have a friend whose heart is drawn to women who have suffered the loss of children. And I say that because I've met so many amazing women who have come back into themselves after having suffered the debilitating loss of a child. And I'd often heard that no parent wants to leave this earth or no parent wants a child to leave this earth prior to them. It is, in fact, and I speak from experience, one of the hardest things that I have ever had to deal with in my life. Having someone else tell you that your child is gone and then go through a period of, the whole grief cycle, anger, denial, self-deprivation, because you're just still not in that space. And then, moving through, how do I put my life back together again? And coming to the realization that your life is more than you. And, I say that, and I say that for women who haven't had children and maybe have nieces and nephews, or not even nieces and nephews, and chose not to have children, to know that there is something still fulfilling to the utmost in knowing that others have benefited from something that you've done. It's just, that is what makes the heart beat and the heart brain waves flow. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and as I think about this whole heart thing, that's what this is. This project is about the expression of heart in 20 women, 20 plus or minus women, coming together and expressing their heart around this permission movement. And as a co-author, you have to know that your heart was divinely chosen to be a part of this project. And when I think about the added benefits, and I'll get into more of that because it's just amazing what's going to come out of this. I've been blessed to be able to partner with a publisher who does co-author books, and they do it on a level that's just phenomenal, and that is Thrive Books. Thrive Books and my friend Katarina Rando are our publishing house for the book. And with her brilliance added to what this project is all about, it really is a triple win. It's a win for you as a co-author. It's a win for the publisher to be able to have a book like this in their coffers. And it's a win for everyone who reads this book and hears the stories that will be told. And I'm going to get to this. There's another really huge piece of all of this. So, okay, Lynn, you said that I write my chapter and then you do all the rest, but you did say something about trainings and learning stuff. What am I going to learn? Well, you're going to learn how to first write your chapter and write a winning chapter. You're going to then learn how to build your business so that you are ready for what this book has the potential to bring to your business. And I don't necessarily mean in book sales. I mean in the fact that people will be finding you, finding the work that you do, and wanting to work with you. We are going to do a mega multi-author virtual bestseller book launch. And it's going to be an event that is going to place us on the bestseller list, on the New York Times bestseller list, on Amazon, on Kindle, and Audible simultaneously. And I don't know that anyone has really done that, especially in the co-author book realm, because most people launch their book and their bestseller on New York Times, and then they get bestseller in Amazon on whatever categories, and then they go to Kindle, and then Audible. And we're going to launch them all. And in doing so, we're setting this up such that it's going to allow the opportunity for every co-author to earn residual affiliate income from the book sales. And subsequent to the launch, anyone that buys a book, you will get an affiliate percentage. And because we are going to have women who are writing chapters in this book from all over the world, just think of the implications of having a bestseller launch in Australia, having a bestseller launch in Bolivia, in London, in Canada, in a couple of provinces in Canada, in China, in Hawaii, in Africa. And I say this with a very humble heart, and I'm not going to divulge too much, but one of my African sisters, who is First Lady of an African country, is looking at becoming a co-author because of everything that I'm telling you and the possibilities around exposure for her initiatives, for her country to be able to utilize this book to get speaking engagements, to get radio interviews, to get television interviews, and to get television interviews. I will get into that. I'm just so excited about this whole process. The Permission to Be Powerful book is going to be developed into an outreach program. The Permission Outreach Program is going to produce several thousand copies of this book that are going to add to it a resource study guide, meaning that every chapter of the book will be reviewed and studied. And in that workbook, girls and women all over the world will be able to learn so much from these stories being told and the techniques being shared that women have used to help them in their journey. And it's going to be turned into the study guide plus a leader guide, and several thousand of these books, 5,000 of these books, study guides and leader guides, are going to be shipped to small groups all over the world at no cost to them to study. And the goal is that each of these women and girls who participate will, at the end of the study program, at the end of the study guide, they'll be given a template to walk through writing their own story. And they're going to be able to submit their stories, and every submission is going to be treated as an amazing opportunity. The outreach program is going to allow every submitter to be given a certificate of completion of the program. And then they will also be given a certificate of award for authorship, saying that they have written a piece of prose. And 200 of those amazing stories are going to be published in a 10-volume, 20 co-author series of books called Permission to Win. And that program, you know, when the download came to me about this program, I was just overwhelmed because all I could think of was how many girls in study groups, in brownies, in Girl Scouts, in Boys and Girls Clubs, in church organizations, in um, juvenile detention, in prison, in the workplace, in different countries, and Oprah Winfrey came to mind, especially with the fact that she has some schools in Africa. And so it kind of morphed from there into the project that I'm describing to you now. And it's going to be a fully funded program where Oprah, Melinda Gates, Kim Kiyosaki, Joyce Meyer, Lisa Nichols, Robert G. Allen, who just co-authored Think and Grow Rich for Women, Queen Latifah, Michelle Obama, Maria Shriver, and so many more women will be asked, men and women will be asked to help contribute to this program and help these books get distributed to these groups so that these study guides can be used and these women and girls can write their story and open doors, unlock fears, release blame, shame, and guilt around anything that may have happened in their lives to date and begin to stand in their power as winners, because not only have they been a part of this group and get a certificate of completion of the study group or the outreach program, they, upon submitting it, everyone who submits will get a certificate of authorship. And then from there, the 200 will be selected. And I just, I think about some of the things that I was fortunate enough to be able to do as I was growing up. And I don't ever remember having an opportunity like this and to have been taught some of the things that these stories will bring out. My father died when I was 7 years old, and my mom was pregnant with my younger sister. I had an older brother at the time. And you talk about a family falling apart. Well, mine did, and it took years for me as the oldest girl to recover. And I just think about times when I was seeking information and I was seeking tools and things that I might be able to use. And I just thank God that I had angels watching over me, because I may not be here. I may not have been here today if some of that had not happened. And I think about legacy. I started out talking about how would it feel to change your retirement plans, to do retirement differently, because you've had an opportunity that provided you with different options. Well, that's what this is all about. This outreach program is providing girls and women with a different option in their lives. And it is, it's always been said, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, we're looking at this permission movement as being the village, and all of the children, even the women who have been hurt in their lives and thought that life didn't matter, will see that they're not alone, that there is a chance for them to recover. And this is just a small taste of how. And the permission guide books are all about that, and how we can tell the stories of victory and overcoming and walking out of the other side and being successful in life. And being successful in life doesn't mean that you have to earn, multi-million dollars or billions of dollars. What it means is that you know that your life is valued and you love yourself, and you can come from that heartfelt self-love to do and be love for the benefit of others and for our planet. I was in a training, and two very powerful shamans who I really have grown to love and respect and honor taught me something that I knew but I didn't know. And I was talking about the book project, and something came up. And the wisdom that I got from just 10 minutes in conversation with these two shamans just opened up worlds of more confidence in me, more strength to move forward, more determination. And it made me think of The Archer. One of my favorite movies is the movie Brave, and Merida just being so determined to be a great archer. I love that. I think from a little girl I always had an affinity for archery. And the tall trees, the shamans, told me a story about the power of the three arrows. And the first arrow being pulled from the archer's quiver, being positioned in the bow having to be rounded. The first arrow was the thoughts we think, and how clearly can we use our heart and our breath to shoot an arrow when we know that our thoughts are clear, are empowering, and our thoughts then lead to what comes out of our mouths. The second arrow was the words that we speak. And powerful. We all know that words have the ability to tear down and kill, or on the flip side, empower and elevate and just build someone up, heal hurting hearts. And the third arrow was the arrow of taking action. And it was, in fact, the actions that we take. And can you see just pulling out that arrow and the bow and bringing it back? And if you've ever seen Robin Hood or anybody else shooting an arrow, you know that it is the spine being uplifted, the shoulders relaxed, but it is the flexion in the bow and the tension with which you pull that arrow back. And it is, a lot of us think of that backward movement being, 2 steps backwards and I'm in devastation. Well, it's just a matter of changing perception, because that arrow being pulled back has to be pulled back in order to shoot farther, straighter, and with more precision to get where it's supposed to get. So I'm actually following what I've written on the website, and I'll lead you to that. As a matter of fact, if you'd like to go to it, it's skyhawkenterprises.biz, B-I-Z, and that's enterprises with an S on the end, .biz, and it is /permission-guide-books. But if you get to the website, you'll be able to see in the menu bar Permission Guide Books, and click on that link and you'll go right to this page. But there's a graphic of an arrow on there, and an arrow can only be shot by pulling it backwards. So if you've ever gone through anything in your life that felt like you were being pulled back, it is in fact to be propelled forward. When life is dragging you back with difficulties or anything, just imagine that it's going to launch you into something great. And that's how I feel about this book project. I got the download about this book project in early 2012. In September of 2012, I lost my youngest child, my son, my only son. And my life changed in the blink of an eye. It was like I woke up and I was living in another city, and my oldest grandson, who my son had full custody of, came to live with me, and I moved from my home in California to Atlanta where my daughter was living because I had a business that I could do that, and my daughter and I are now raising my oldest grandson. And life is different for me now. It's absolutely amazing. But it also was confirmation for me that this book and others like it are so important to get out into the world, because our children need to know that there doesn't have to be anything to stop them from becoming the best that they can be. And let's see, what else can I tell you here now? Because I've gone through what emotionally really brings me to this project. I talked about your co-author responsibilities being write the chapter. We'll guide you through it. There's training to do that. There's training around speaking. There's training around using the book to open doors for yourself. There's training around building your business and incorporating the message of the permission movement and the outreach program. There's an opportunity through the virtual bestseller launch to get you on television, on the radio, in your local market, as well as in a global market. So I'm sorry, I'm just at a loss of words here because I get so excited about this. As a co-author, what are you going to get? I just told you a lot about that. You're going to get mindset and belief coaching. You're going to get, and this is really, I love this because a long time ago, I made a decision I wanted to be a millionaire. And then I learned what Jim Rohn tells about his mentor and his goal about being a millionaire. And his mentor told him, Jim, don't be a millionaire for the money. Be a millionaire for who you will become. And I thought, okay, I can like that. Little did I know what that journey was going to look like for me. However, it has thrust me into a world of mindset and belief. So it's awakening, enlightenment, understanding, and I had heard a long time ago about the Oprah effect. And the Oprah effect is, you know, you've done some amazing stuff, you've gotten yourself on Oprah, and then what? You have no means of emotionally handling the increase in business, the increase in exposure and opportunity. And there have been some people that have crashed and burned because of it. Well, we're going to take our co-authors through mindset and belief coaching and really make sure that your money set point is adjusted to the level that we believe can happen for you and your business. The bestseller book launch will be our platform to talk about the outreach program, and with the outreach program, getting on the Oprah Winfrey Show, getting on Oprah, getting on the Queen Latifah Show, getting on the Today Show, Good Morning America. Those are 4 venues that have been targeted for us as a group to be able to get on to talk about the permission movement, the Permission to Be Powerful book, and the outreach program. And we're going to do interviews. Every co-author is going to be interviewed. Every co-author is going to be interviewed about their chapter in the book as well as about their business. You're going to be able to be a part of the Inner Circle Mastermind group for Permission Guide co-authors. And this is your opportunity to really be a guide for subsequent co-authors who are coming into the Inner Circle Mastermind group. One of the things that I do is an interview podcast series called the Biz Info Zone Shows. And it is, my audience is women entrepreneurs, and you will have an opportunity to be interviewed on the Biz Info Zone show to talk about your business. And as we get closer to the book launch, you're going to be interviewed about your chapter in the book. And so there's going to be so much offered and provided for you to help make sure that what your business is able to reap the rewards from being a part of this co-author project. And we're going to train you about how to do radio interviews and television interviews, and you'll have your speaker sheet, and you will be prepared for these opportunities to come up. And if you want a chance to share your insights, share your strategies, and help others to become successful, it's going to help you become successful. And in doing that, give yourself permission. This is the first step to being the best person that we can be. And when you've connected with an opportunity like this, you're doing something that's bigger than you. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than our group of co-authors. This is bigger than this book because of the outreach program. And I would love to have the opportunity to talk with you about being a part of this incredible book and helping women worldwide to learn how to give themselves permission and teach others how to give themselves permission to not only be powerful, but to be prosperous as well. So you can go to the website, and I invite you to go to the website. The value that this program, this project provides is, several $1,000s. The cost, and let's talk about the cost. It's an amazing cost. It's actually a $4,000 ticket to ride this train. What we're doing is a capital fundraise in order to raise an initial piece of that $4,000, and then we're going to, the plan is to do a second fundraise to raise the balance of what we would be paying to the publisher to get our books done and to pay for this training. Now, this crowdfunding campaign has the opportunity on the first run to raise what we're looking at for the entire project, as well as additional monies. And we're going to have training around, well, what is crowdfunding? What do I need to do? How can I do it? I don't have any list. And I have a list, but it's only a little list. How can I work with that? We're going to show you everything that you need in order to make yourself successful in this, and do it in such a way that when the business starts coming, it's going to come. You're going to learn how to utilize resources, virtual assistant, web people, so that you can manage these resources in an effective way. I can't tell you the number of people that I've talked to that said, I've got a VA, I've got a bookkeeper, I've got this and I've got that, and I can't manage any of it. And this, we're going to teach you how to do this, and that's part of what the mastermind group is all about too. Those are some of the things that you bring into the mastermind group, and have others who are doing that and doing it in an exceptional manner help you to learn. So if you are ready to take a further look at this, go to my website, skyhawkenterprises.biz. You will, I'm going to try and do some screen sharing here so that you can see what this looks like. I just love Google Hangouts. When Google Hangouts works, I mean to tell you, it has been an amazing day today. This is only my third Hangout of the day, and only one of them didn't happen. But I believe that you are seeing the top part of the web page that actually is about the permission guide books. and scroll down. You'll see all of the information that I just talked about. These are some of the reasons or to give yourself permission around. This talks about your commitment. These are some of the suggested book chapter titles. Talks about the project upside and the little bit of downside. It talks in detail about the outreach program. There's my arrow. And it talks about, in summary, what co-authors will get and the bonuses involved. Some additional bonuses you'll see on the publisher's page. And if you go to thrivebooks.com/permission guide co-author info, you'll find additional information, including the application. Excuse me. There's a two-part process. The first is submission of an application, and that application will basically give me the opportunity to connect with you to make sure that this is a fit. And after that, we talk about the fundraising project and the cost of entry into this project. And at the very bottom, there's a little bit of blurb about me, a little bit about Thrive Publishing, and then your invitation to connect. So I want you to really do this and ask yourself if what you're doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. If so, you are amazing. I am so, so grateful to be able to share this time with you, to fill you in on the details of this amazing project. And I want to encourage you to seriously go to heart. Go to your heart. Talk to Spirit. Really sit with the thought of what might be possible for you and your business in participating in this program. My name is Lynn Hawkins. The V stands for my first name. Lynn is my middle name. I go by Lynn. And my friends call me Hawk, and you'll see a lot from me as far as Business from a Hawk's View, as well as the Biz Info Zone shows and this book project, Permission to be Powerful, because you deserve to be powerful. You deserve to have a full and enjoyable life. That's what we were put here to be and do, and to teach others how to do that as well. So hit me up. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. Thank you for checking this out today. You've got the website address there on the screen, and I look forward to hearing from you. I've got a few more spots open for co-authors. We're really trying to do things to shut this opportunity down by mid-May so that we can move on to writing and learning and building business and getting this opportunity rolling so that you can build your business and get the joint venture opportunities, do everything that you need to do it with ease and reap the benefits. So again, thank you for joining me. I'm Lynn Hawkins, Skyhawk Enterprises, Skyhawk Business Coaching and Consulting, and Skyhawk Philanthropic Ventures. And I'll tell you about that sometime soon. Peace and blessings to you all. Thank you again. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.